Hi, I'm Ed Baker. I'm Technical Director for the School of Performing Arts at Wichita State University. Uh, I'm also a Professor of Theater and Performing Arts. I specialize primarily in uh, technology and business or management.
You just recently took a trip to Mexico. Would you like to just talk about your travel?
Sure, I really don't like flying on airplanes. I don't mind flying on airplanes. I don't like being crammed into airplanes, and I don't like sitting around in airports. Uh, yeah, I just don't like air travel. But I'll say this: everything was painlessly short. You know, it was two-hour flights. I loved that. Uh, Things were relatively quick through customs and immigration. I loved that. Uh, then I got a bus ticket and took a bus from the city of Veracruz down on the Gulf up to the mountains.
We have this new partnership with the University of Veracruz. Would you like to just talk about what it means to you, what you think the future of it could be?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Uh, and I think that's what's beautiful about the future is we none of us know, you know? It's going to be something. And I know that the more that we can get uh, the faculty from the campus in Jalapa up here, and the more that we can get our faculty from here down there, the greater that cultural and curricular exchange will be. But I think it's really important that we get our students from Wichita State University going down to Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
and the students from UVA to up to WSU.
So, going off of culture, what was the cultural difference between here in Wichita, Kansas, to a completely different country?
What impressed me most was the fact that everything that we talked about while I was down there was uh, was creativity and and sort of the culture of making things and right the doing from a design standpoint, from a technical standpoint. Uh, a lot of our culture here at WSU is based in consumption,
Mm-hmm.
consumer, right? We tend to buy things that we need, and the creative culture of theater making there was about building things, making things.
Mm-hmm.
After that, it was. I'm going to use a word that I don't know if it's 100%. I don't know if it's the best word to describe it,
Mm-hmm.
but I believe that artistically, our culture, especially in the Great Plains and in Wichita, is very sort of cool oriented. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we're all so cool
Yeah.
uh, that when asked about the work that we do, we start talking about. We have a tendency to talk about the product that we make
Mm-hmm.
rather than talking about how we fit into the process
Mm-hmm.
of making that uh, art. And uh, everything was, everything that the students talked about was about how they fit into a creative
Mm-hmm.
process that in the end generated a show or a product rather than the product was good, it was really
Mm-hmm.
good. So yeah. Yeah, those were the two things that really impressed me. Other than that, students are students everywhere you go. Every student looks the same. Doesn't matter if it's in uh, uh, Jalapa, Mexico, or Wichita, Kansas. Students are students.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about just what event you were there for, what you were teaching, the different workshops you
Yeah,
did?
yeah, sure. It was World Theater Day. Has traditionally been a week-long celebration, culminating on the Monday of World Theater Day. This year it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the big event Monday, the observation Monday. So World Theater Day. That's what I was down there for. And there were, wow, I don't know how many workshops. Mine was just one. Maybe a dozen, 10 or a dozen different workshops going on, just all the time in playwriting, in dramaturgy, in physical theater, acting. Yeah, and then mine it was originally slated to be about, so I did 3 sessions, 3 2-hour sessions, so it was 6 hours. It was the same group of students at all 3 of those sessions, and it started with sort of where do you fit? What do you bring to the table of production? And it was supposed to be about design and technology in storytelling. And what I realized after the first day was that the people in the room wanted to talk about story making and how they fit into the process. That's exactly what I said earlier. So after the first 2-hour session, I went back to my hotel room and changed the whole curriculum for the next 2 days, for the next 2 sessions. And it was a lot about how we as individuals work towards the finished product of making a play, and what we each bring to the table, and how storytelling is a constructed art, right? Is a built thing. Yeah, so that's what that was. So for a couple of decades, my wife Danette had tried to get some observation or some celebration of World Theater Day here at Wichita State University, and we were just always so busy, pushing out product that it didn't take. Everybody was just too busy to celebrate what it is that we do here.
What did you take out from this experience? Is there anything you learned?
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot that I learned. There's not a lot that I want to talk about right now
Okay.
because I still need to process that, Think about what I take from the experience and what I will incorporate into my work as an academic and as a maker of art. Yeah. So once I process that, then I can put it into my work here at Wichita State University. But I think it might be precipitous or foolhardy to just say, yes, what I learned was my takeaway was X, Y, and Z. But I know that it has a lot to do with simplifying as far as design and technology goes. Simplifying what we do. Value the small choices that we can make and allow those choices to pay off rather than putting a bunch of stuff into production, Yeah. So it's about, there's something in there about simplicity and simplifying, maybe not the process, but definitely simplifying the product, so that we allow audiences to hear, to see, to witness stories without trying to overwhelm them with a bunch of stuff.
Thank you for your time and meeting with me.
You're welcome.